been a while. It's been like a whole day since I stopped so you could hold me. This child awaits, strong in the faith. Lord, you are the refuge that I can't wait to get to. 'Cause I can't let a day go, can't let a day go by without thanking you for the joy that you bring to my life. And there's something about the way your sun shines on my face. It's a love so true, I can never get enough of you. This feeling can't be wrong. I'm about to get my worship on. Take me away. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When trouble seems to rain on my dreams, it's not a big deal. Let it wash all the bugs on my windshield. 'Cause you're showing me in you I'm free, and you're still the refuge that I've just got to get to. So I won't let a day go, won't let a day go by. So put the drop top down, turn it up, I'm ready to fly. And ooh, there's something about the way your sun shines on my face. It's a love so true, I can never get enough of you. This feeling can't be wrong. I'm about to get my worship on. Take me away. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got no need to worry. I've got no room for doubt. No matter what's coming at me, you'll always be the beautiful I sing about. There ain't no limitations to your amazing grace, your amazing grace. And there's something about the way your love shines on my face. Oh no, I can never get enough of you. This feeling can't be wrong. I'm about to get my worship on. I'm gonna sing a brand new song. Yeah, I'm about to get my worship on. Take me away on this beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Such a beautiful day.
Oh boy, it is a beautiful day, especially when Jennifer Bernadette is singing. Thank you, Jennifer, and thank you to our wonderful band. Rob and Kent and Michael and Susan are here tonight. And I'm here, and Reverend Simon's here. We've got a great crew here. We have a great service planned for you this evening. Thanks so much for being here. I had a really busy week, and it's just so nice to be here with my friends and to be in this beautiful sanctuary in this lovely dome and just feel the presence here. Even though we can't be here together in person, the very presence is so palpable here at Mile High Church. We sing every Sunday that beautiful song about the presence is in this place. And even when we're not all together, I know I feel it. And so I am so grateful for your presence here, watching us on whatever platform you're watching and joining us, because we can feel you, we can feel your presence, and we can feel your support. And we are so happy to be here and do what we love doing and continue to experience spiritual community together. So thank you again for tuning in. Tonight, Reverend Simon is talking about awakening to light, and I just love that subject of light. I could go on and on and on about it forever. And so before we give it back to Jennifer and the band, I wanted to just remind us of the beautiful words that were spoken at the end of the inauguration a couple of weeks ago by the poet laureate Amanda Gorman. In her beautiful poem, the last final lines of that poem have just been present to me so powerfully since that day. Her call to all of us to awaken to light and to be the light. She says, "When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it, for there is always light If only we're brave enough to see it. If only we're brave enough to be it. So tonight, let's be brave together to be the light, to see the light, and to awaken to the light as the music continues to invite that, as Reverend Simon's message continues to invite that. Let us continue on. Welcome back, Jennifer and the band.
So this song was introduced to me several years ago by Dr. Barry. I do believe it's one of his favorite songs, and I know that it's one of his favorite stories to tell when he's teaching. And I'm just going to give you a very brief overview of what this song is about. The song is called Song of Bernadette, written by Jennifer Warrens and B. Elliott. And Bernadette was a young girl who lived in Lourdes, France, and at the age of 14, she was very sickly. And she and her sister went out into the wilderness, and they came upon this spring. And Bernadette was told by this woman who appeared to drink from the water. And she drank from the water. And she would go back, and she would drink, and go back, and she would drink, and she healed. She became well, and she would lead people there to drink from the water. And to this day, people still go to Lourdes, France, to drink from that water, and they come away healed. Now, there's nothing different about that water than probably any other water. But what happens is people approach that water with faith. They approach that water awakening to who they really are. And when they step away from that, then they become healed and they become who they really are. And so this song is about that story and about that girl.
There was a child named Bernadette. I heard the story long ago. She saw the Queen of Heaven once and kept the vision in her soul. No one believed what she had seen. No one believed what she heard. That there were sorrows to be healed, and mercy, mercy in this world. So many hearts I find broke like yours and mine, torn by what is done and can't undo. I just wanna hold you. Come on, let me hold you like Bernadette would do. We've been around, we fall, we fly. We mostly fall, we mostly run. And every now and then we try to mend the damage that we've done. Tonight, I just can't rest. I've got this joy here inside my breast, to think that I did not forget that child, that song of Bernadette. So many hearts I find, hearts like yours and mine, torn by what we've done and can't undo. I just wanna hold you. Won't you let me hold you like Bernadette
beautiful, Kent. Really beautiful. We are so blessed to have you here. Really blessed. Thank you for your 40 years. I know that they honored you on Sunday, and that was a big surprise to you, I know. But, you know, you changed my life when you said yes to me singing here. Thank you. Love having you. Mm-hmm. So continuing on with that story about the miracles and remembering who we are, you know, you get reminders all the time. Kent was a reminder to me, right? We get reminders in nature. The spring was a reminder for Bernadette. The walking into this place is a reminder. People that you love and admire are reminders, and people that you don't admire are also reminders. You know, they're found everywhere. They're found in people, they're found in nature, they're found in places, they're found in experiences. This song is actually one of Reverend Simon's favorite song, and he introduced this to me several years ago. And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't this even done at your ordination? And your daughter sang it? I think she did. I'm pretty sure she did. So this is a song called Touch the Sky.
What fortune lies beyond the stars? Those dazzling heights too fast to climb. I got so high to fall so far, but I found heaven as love swept low. My heart beating, my soul breathing. I found my life when I laid it down, upward falling, spirit soaring. I touched the sky when my knees hit the ground. What treasure waits within your scars? The gift of freedom gold can't buy. I bought the world and sold my heart. You traded heaven to have me again. My heart beating, my soul breathing. I found my life when I laid it down, upward falling, spirit soaring. I touched the sky when my knees hit the ground. Reaching out,
when my knees hit the ground.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, band. Now you made me cry. Hey, how are you? It is good to see you. It has been a while, you and me. Wait a minute. You don't remember me. I mean, you know me as Reverend Simon Shadowlight, Associate Minister of Mile High Church, yada, yada, yada. But you don't remember me. I'll bet you probably don't remember who you really are either. Oh, brother. All right. We've done this before. We can do it again. Let me think. We have to go back before the beginning. Okay? Once upon a time, no, wait, that's not right. You hadn't even created time yet. Once before time, there was you. Just you in your infinite beingness. I mean, it's hard to talk about you before the beginning because you hadn't created language either. But there was you. And later, you would be known by many names. I mean, consciousness, divine mind, God, Brahman, Allah, Yahweh, so many different names. But there was just you in your beingness. And to be honest, you got bored. I mean, for lack of a better word, you got bored. And so at one point, you got this idea. I mean, that's one thing you're known for is ideas. You decided to pretend that there was that which you are and that which you are not. Now, and I know, it sounds simple, but it was really a radical idea. I mean, you are the allness. You pretended that there was that which you are not and that which you are. The great I am and not I am. And that ended up creating a place, a container, like a game board or a stage on which you could pretend. And you expressed yourself into that container. You expressed yourself into form. And that container was actually held together by the tension between those seeming opposites, that which you are and that which you are not. And that container has been known by many names. I mean, material existence, creation, the universe, samsara, the realm of effects, conditions, and phenomena, the realm of space-time. Space-time, you created that as well. See, that sort of provided the structure to the container. Oh, and it was awesome. I mean, it was awesome. This allowed an entirely new way for you to express and experience yourself. I mean, infinite beingness is okay, but this was cool. Like for instance, take space. You could pretend to be in one spot and pretend that you were not in another spot, which was ridiculous because there is no spot that you are not, but you could pretend. And then you could move from this spot to this spot. and pretend you were no longer in that spot. Oh man, you could move forward and backwards and up and down and all over. It was awesome. And time, oh, this was a beauty. This was a good one. You could be aware of the present moment, which in truth is really all there is, but you could pretend that there were past moments that had come before. And you could speculate and dream of future moments. Oh man, it was awesome. I'll tell you what, that whole time thing, whew, that ate up a whole bunch of your attention. And it was great. Until it wasn't. You know, you got kind of bored again. But then you had another thought. Why should you limit yourself to just one form? You realized that you could express as any form, and all of those forms would have their own qualities and their characteristics, and you could delight in that uniqueness. Not only that, but why just one form at a time? You manifested as an infinite number of expressions and forms, and that was awesome. I mean, all these different forms, all these different expressions of you all running around, awesome, great. Held your attention for a long time until it didn't. You see, it was kind of like playing chess by yourself. I mean, if you know where all of the pieces are going to move before they move, the excitement runs out pretty quickly. So you had this idea. You said, hey, what if I pretended to only be one of my forms? And a bunch of us were like, hey, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. What could possibly go wrong? And so you did. You pretended that you were just one of your forms. And that was awesome because it opened up the possibility of mystery, of wonder, of discovery. I mean, you could look at one of your expressions, one of your other forms, and think that it was going to go that way. And it would surprise you and do something completely different. Oh, it was amazing. And this allowed, for the first time, relationship. I mean, it's one thing to be able to express yourself as a nearly infinite number of forms with unique qualities and characteristics. But now, all of your forms could be in relationship with each other. Oh my God, that opened up so many opportunities, and all those relationships could be different. I mean, you had loving relationships, kind relationships, compassionate relationships. You had jealous relationships, rocky relationships, angry relationships, and even those negative relationships that seem to be filled with a lot of not I am. Even those were part of the divine play. Even those were exciting and mysterious and in their own way wondrous. And they balanced out the whole game. I mean, you made so many different forms. It was amazing. You made people of different colors and shapes and sizes and cultures and ethnicities. You made rocks and plants and trees and rivers and clouds and empty space and planets and moons. And you remember that time. Do you remember that time you had like a bunch of extra spare parts and you put them all together and you were like, hey, look what I made. And we were like, hey, what is that? And you were like, hey, it's a platypus. And we were like, what the? No, that's not right. But it was awesome. It was all part of the divine story, the divine mystery unfolding, the great drama, the great play. And you kept thinking. You kept thinking. One day you had a new thought. You thought, hey, what if I pretended that I wasn't pretending? And a bunch of us were like, hey, what? What if I pretended like I wasn't pretending? And some of your more conservative expressions, your more cautious expressions were like, I don't know. What happens if you forget to remember that you're pretending not to be pretending? What happens if you get lost in the game? And you were like, good point, good point. So you see, there was the secret of the original blessing. And it was like, well, how can I hide this from myself? And the secret of the original blessing is this. It's your true identity. It's the remembrance of who you really are. It's the remembrance that regardless of all the forms and the ups and the downs and the ins and the outs and the shadow and the light and all the other seeming opposites, that all of it is good. That beneath all the infinite variability and all the interesting, lovely, wonderful, crazy relationships, all there is the one. All there is you, the good. That is the secret of the original blessing. And you were like, where can I hide this? That I won't find it very easy, because I don't want my game to be over too quick. And one of us were like, hey, hide it deep in the ground. And you were like, no, I'll find it there. And another one was like, hey, hide it deep in the ocean. It's dark down there. You don't. No, I'll find it down there. And one was like, hey, hide it up on the moon. And you were like, no, one day I'll go to the moon. And then one of your expressions, one of the really wise ones, said, hide it within. It will be a long time before you think of looking there. Hide it within the heart of all of your forms, all of your expressions. Hide the secret of the original blessing within all of creation. And you were like, and so it is. And that's what you did. You hid the remembrance of your true self in the heart of all of your expressions. And then you lowered the veil of non-remembering. It's known by many names: Maya, illusion, belief in separation, whatever. You lowered the veil of non-remembering. And you forgot. I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit for one thing. You are really good at pretending. You pretended so well, you really forgot who you are. And that's where I come into play. I'm one of your expressions who comes into your life every now and then to remind you of who you truly are. Oh, we've had this conversation many times before. I keep hoping that there'll be a big awakening, and usually it's more gradual, more step by step. And usually what I do is I bring in a couple of tricks or practices that you can practice to help you remember. I brought a couple tonight. I have a couple if you're game. Let's try it. Okay. The first one. Really take some deep breaths. Really some deep breaths. Look into my eyes. Look deep into my eyes. Wake up! Nothing? No? I don't know. That one never works, but I keep hoping that sometime it'll work. Okay, I got another one. This one comes from one of your expressions known as Wickhampton. You remember him? Wick, nice guy, big heart. Yeah, the Wickster, absolutely. So he does this thing called stop, drop, and pray. This is an awesome technique, like if you are in the thick of it, like you are really lost in separation, lost in the game, you've forgotten your identity, stop. Whatever you're doing, whatever it is, whatever the conditions are around you, the swirling effects, stop. I mean, if you can actually get out of the situation, great, go do that. Retreat, yay. But if you can't, that's okay. Just stop. Deep breath. Drop into your heart space, into your center. Drop into the present moment and pray. And it doesn't have to be an official prayer. It could be an affirmation. It could be a mantra. It could simply be a brief expression of gratitude. Stop, drop, and pray. Because when you are truly aware of the present moment, there's a good chance you might remember. And I got another one. I got another one for you. In fact, I challenge you to try this one once a day for the next 7 days. It's called the art of savoring. So do this. However you're expressing, you certainly have something you love, something you like. You can do this with almost anything that you really like, that brings you joy. I mean, it could be a piece of food. It could be the act of making love to a partner. It could be taking a walk in nature. Could be anything that brings you joy. Engage with it intentionally. Savor it. I mean, let's say that you love eating apples. Hold that apple. Feel the weight of it. Feel the smoothness or the roughness of its skin. Notice the different colors. Notice the way that light and shadow defines its shape. Smell. See what it smells like. As you bring it closer to your lips, allow yourself to truly savor the anticipation, the wondering, the mystery of what it might taste like. Bite into it slowly, gently, with intention. Be aware of what it feels like to feel your teeth taking that bite, hearing the crispness, the crunch, feeling it, that bite in your mouth. Really being aware as you taste the juice. How many different tastes can you notice? And then delight in the sense of swallowing it, knowing that that apple is in the process of becoming you. And, if those things don't help, that's okay. We can do this again. I'll come back to remind you. Done it before, we can do it again. And I can show up in numerous different expressions. I can show up as different teachers. I can show up as a book, a movie, a play, a poem. I can show up as a spring out in the wilderness. I can show up as an enemy, bring you an opportunity for growth, which is really an opportunity to awaken. Doesn't matter. We've got all the time in the world. It's not like you've got anything else to do. We can do it. Now that I think about it, maybe you're not ready to remember. I mean, it is an amazing game. And even with the ignorance and the seeming separation and the suffering and all of those spots where it seems like you are not, all of that stuff, all of the darkness, all of the hurt, there is beauty. And there is joy, and there is truth, and there is love, and there is abundance, and there is prosperity, and there is wellness, and wholeness, and companionship, and compassion. And you get to discover it all. You get the joy of reveling in the revelation of who you truly are. You get the pleasure and the delight of discovering the mystery and the secret of the original blessing. Maybe that's it. Maybe you don't really want to wake up. Not yet. After all, it is a beautiful game. And so it is. Let's pray. God is. I am. I speak this word in remembrance. Remembrance of the beloved. My beloved. I give such great thanks for all of it, the highs and the lows of it, the ups and downs, the ins and outs, the positives and the negatives of it. What an awesome game. I simply revel in the joy of discovery, delighting in the process and the experience of creation. I affirm in this moment that we are blessed. Let us know, let us affirm, let us proclaim that we are guided, we are resourced, we are supported. Why, we can no more be alone or separate. Well, it's just not possible. So I do give thanks for the all of it. Knowing that it is all unfolding with a perfection, grace, and beauty. This is my word, and I speak it as word, as an invocation of the creative process. The creative process which is the true doer, which is constantly bringing forth the original blessing into expression. I let it go. I surrender. I remain open. I fall on my knees and touch the sky. And so it is.
God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there will ever be. God is all there will ever be.
Thank you again, Jennifer, band. So grateful for all your talents and your skills that you share. And I am grateful for you. Your generosity, your support of this community, especially in these weird, funky, challenging times. The divine story is certainly playing out some interesting chapters. You and your committed support of this community is so great, is so appreciated and so important. So on behalf of myself, all of my ministerial colleagues, the practitioners, the staff, thank you. We have a number of different ways that are on your screen. You can go online to donate. You can text to give. You can certainly mail in a check. And if it calls to you, I invite you to take that offering, or however you want to symbolically represent that. Hold that against your heart and simply acknowledge the spaciousness. Acknowledge the abundance that ever is available. Acknowledge the gratitude of the beloved. Thank you.
with myself. I'm there for my friends till the very end. You only live once. I'm good with myself. I'm there for my friends until the very end. I wanna see another love revolution. Find a way to be a better person. If we come together like we should, we could all be good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good.
Ah, yes. You're good, life's good. What a good service we've had tonight. That was really fun. Thank you, Reverend Simon. Wow. Amazing, amazing. So we are going to step into a prayer once again this evening. This is a part of our service we call a community prayer. So I'll be doing a spiritual mind treatment, and at each point of the realization step, I'll be calling forth a quality and inviting each one of us to either speak our name or the name of a loved one. If you're in a place where you can do that out loud, that's great. And if not, just speaking it quietly or thinking or envisioning that person so that we can pray for ourselves and send prayers out to the world. And so just join me, if you would, by going within. Let's take a deep breath in as we settle into this moment and feel into this space. And allow our awareness to step back into that space that Reverend Simon created for us, that container in the message, the remembrance of the all that is everywhere present, the remembrance of that divine light and life. It's a conscious remembrance because it simply is the truth. It is what is so about this universe and about all contained within it, everything, every person, every relationship, every condition, every activity is an expression of that which simply is. The allness, the spirit, the divine presence. It truly is all. Every form and fashion and expression of spirit. Everything. Everyone. I recognize this now in this prayerful moment as the truth and celebrate the opportunity to consciously come back into the awareness of this truth as me right now and as this word that I speak and as every person who hears this word, that we are one. We all are experiencing and living out the all that is in every moment. We are connected. We are expressions of one another. We are that which God is. And therefore, I know that in this moment, the creative process is being activated and sourced through this word that I speak and through the consciousness of each one of us as we pray this prayer together. We stand in this holy sacred space of remembering and realize that the good that we've been seeking is right here, right now, in the midst of us and as us. And therefore, I call forth these qualities of being and recognize that they are nestled right within us. And that indeed it is not getting anything that we bring to us. It is rather a releasing of this good through us now for it to be fully expressed into this world. And so I stand as a witness to divine love right here and right now in the midst of each one of us as the very essence of who and what we are. And so I claim that love as the truth of us now and invite any of us who are choosing to claim a deeper walk with that divine love for ourselves or for a loved one to speak or think or become present to our name and the name of those that we extend this prayer of divine love to. And this love extends itself beautifully, easily, and effortlessly through us now, consciously through us, as we turn our attention to health and well-being. Health in every way, shape, and form. Health of the body, health of the soul, health of the emotions, health, well-being in the mental well-being of each one of us. And claim and accept for ourselves or for any loved one a greater expression of health and well-being right where we or they are. We speak their name, we think their name, we think of them. And there is more than enough of this divine presence. It is a limitless quantity of beingness available at all times, in all places, to all beings everywhere. And therefore, I accept and affirm that this universe is an abundant universe, that all resources, all supply that is necessary for any of us to move forward in our life, supplied with any need we have, is met now by our willingness to anchor ourselves in the abundant nature of life. And so we claim abundance of all good for ourselves or any loved one who may need it now. And lastly, peace. A peace that passeth understanding, meaning a peace that is at the very heart and soul of each one of us, regardless of conditions, perceptions, regardless of understanding. There is a deep peace right here and right now. We claim it for ourselves and for anyone we know could use a greater sense of peace right now. Oh, and how good it is to be a conscious generator of this creative process, to be a conscious generator standing for and about truth and good and these beautiful qualities of being. I am so grateful that this is the truth of who we are and the truth of our life now. I am so grateful that this word that has been spoken is now made manifest through and as each one of us. I'm so grateful that it is done. And in that gratitude and joy to know this truth, I simply release this prayer into the law that makes it so. I release it in faith, in trust. I truly let go and let God, for I know that as it has been spoken, it is done. And I say, and so it is. Amen. I love how being up here to pray is so all-encompassing. And when I close my eyes to pray, I know the camera's there, and how often I end up like over here going, oh, good. Hello, I'm here. Thank you so much once again for being here with us for our wonderful service this evening. And we want to remind you that if you are in need of further prayer, that Mile High Church is always here to be a prayer partner for anyone who needs us. You can go to milehighchurch.org and go to the Prayer and Care Center, and you can submit a prayer request. And our practitioners will get right on praying for you specifically this week. So please allow yourself to receive the gift of prayer, whether there's a challenge going on or there's some good that you just want to continue to lift up in your life. We welcome the opportunity to pray for you. And this Sunday, we're looking forward to starting the first Sunday of February, but with a conversation about love. And so Reverend Josh will be here to give us a wonderful message on love. And of course, we'll be right back here again next Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. So please tune in with us then. Thanks again for being here. Go forth in love and be the light. Thanks so much. We release and we let go now.
Struggling go.